No, it is working, and your audio is very clear. So we were going to. I know that you have an event soon, so we want you to be able to kick off our event, and we welcome you and our host of delegates from DHA Sufi University, Brock University. We have the Pakistan Consulate from Toronto, the High Commissioner of Canada, of course, Pakistan. And we are very excited, as well as the President of the Canada-Pakistan Education Council and our delegates, President and Dean. So this is our rundown, and we invite you to kind of lead us off and with our presentations.
That's great. Well, I'm very glad that you can hear me. I'm thrilled that I can be here with you virtually, at least this evening. As you know, it's a particularly challenging time globally for people to get together. And if there's one thing that's good about the pandemic, it's taught us that there are different ways that we can connect with people and we can get together and we can support each other virtually. So it's a pleasure, particularly when we're at such far-flung parts of the globe. I think we're 9 hours difference, if you're all at least in Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure if there's anybody online from anywhere else. I think it goes without saying that it's absolutely crucial to Canada, for the benefit of our economy, for society, for the future, to have excellent international partnerships. And I am so pleased that Brock University has stepped up to develop a partnership with Pakistan, with Pakistani educational institutions. It is a goal of the Canadian government to support and grow Canadian educational opportunities in Pakistan, both in terms of direct partnerships between educational institutions, as well as we like to see increasing the number of qualified students to go to Canada and to participate directly in Canadian institutions. And so for Brock University, which is, I would have to say, just as a little bit of a caveat, you're very close to my family's hometown. My father's family is all from the Niagara Peninsula, from Fort Erie and Welland and sort of up the court. I've been to Brock University many times myself, to the campus, and I think it's a wonderful institution in a great part of the country. So, so for me personally, it's wonderful to see this particular partnership. We have an international education strategy in Global Affairs Canada that is working with target countries around the world to try and grow educational opportunities. And that really means reaching out to constituent populations, reaching out to different institutions of higher learning, in particular in our countries of accreditation, for me in Pakistan, and trying to support the development of those, I would say partnerships, of the linkages back with Canada. The most successful partnerships are those where there is an exchange of information, an exchange of students, and really a two-way flow of information. And so that's again why I think I'm so excited to see the Brock University partnership grow. We have a growing number of Pakistani students in Canada. At the moment, it's only, I would say only, but it's a significant number, about 4,000 students in higher education institutions. We'd like to see that number grow. There's certainly potential to do that. There are some challenges, and I would imagine many of you, both in Canada and Pakistan, know that there are challenges in ensuring that we have an understanding and complementarity of credentialing, the type of paperwork that's required in order to ensure that students access each other's institutions, and also just understanding the different educational systems. But that's something which I think can be developed, it can be grown through the wonderful partnerships that we're creating, not only with, and I see Abdul from the High Commission in Ottawa, I think, or in Toronto, but also Samir Desal and the Canada-Pakistan Business Council, which plays a very important role in the development of these people-to-people linkages. I think that's probably, given my late arrival and the other elements I know of the program, that's all I'd say for the moment, but I would like to offer my congratulations to Brock, to Dastika, to the other elements of this partnership, and really looking forward to seeing it grow and to seeing where it's taken. So thank you very much for having me here this evening, or this morning, wonderful. I guess, for you.
For us, yes. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate your kind words and excellent overview, and we really appreciate you coming. So thank you. Next, we would like to invite Excellency Mr. Abdul Hamid, Consul General of Pakistan to Canada, to say a few words.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, High Commissioner Gilmore, President Brock, Dr. Wells, Dean Ejaz Ahmed, Vice Chancellor of Zalek, other speakers and colleagues, good evening for those in Pakistan and good morning for those of us in Canada. First of all, I congratulate both Brock University and DHS SOFA for finalizing the MOU under which both institutions will cooperate. We are glad to note that the MOU will promote cooperation in any academic discipline which is being taught in both institutions. We understand that courses in computer science, mathematics, and engineering are being taught in both institutions. It's a win-win agreement for both sides. Canadian universities need international students, and Pakistani institutions, researchers, and students want to benefit from quality education, research activity, and student mobility programs of Canadian universities. It's so heartening to know that DSU students who join the Brock University will get credits for their courses at DSU, because we have such a huge population which is who are dual national. Sometimes their children face problems in getting credits in Canadian universities. MOUs like this will facilitate a population in both countries at many levels. We are optimistic that such MOUs will bring additional Pakistani students to Brock and other Canadian universities. Immediately after the grant of student direct stream, we had to face the epidemic of COVID. We are hopeful that once the epidemic ends, additional Pakistani students will get study permits and they will join Canadian universities. Pakistan has a large population of almost 220 million people with a growing middle class which speaks English. We have a large share of population that is under 20, which means that they are exactly in that age group where students go abroad for studies. It means that prospects of Canadian universities to attract additional student population from Pakistan are bright. Demography and linguistic skills are on the side of Pakistan. At the end, I shall again congratulate both Brock University and DHS SOFA for the MOU. We wish them good luck for its implementation. We are sure that it will serve the broader objective of promoting cooperation, understanding between Pakistan and Canada, and collaboration among academic and research institutions of both countries. Thank you very much.
Well said, and thank you so much for joining us here today. We really appreciate your kind words. Next up, and we'll keep this wonderful presentation rolling, we would like to invite Dr. Lynn Wells, the president of Brock University, to speak.
Good morning and good evening, everyone. This is such an exciting event. I'm so pleased to be with you all. I want to acknowledge the High Commissioner Gilmore. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so delighted to hear about your family's connection to the Niagara region, and we would welcome you on campus at any time you're in the area. Of course, want to acknowledge the other dignitaries, the Consul General, our own Dean, of course, Ahmed, Dr. Ahmed, the Vice Chancellor and Pro Vice Chancellor of DSU University, and the President of the Canada-Pakistan Education Council, and the Trade Commissioner, Mr. Hamid. So thank you all so much for being with us today. This is, an amazing step forward in the relationship between Canada and Pakistan around higher education, but particularly a great moment for our university. Brock University is a comprehensive university in the Canadian system, which means that we offer very high quality undergraduate education, and our strategic plan commits us to a transformational educational experience for our students. We take that very seriously. We make sure that our students enjoy the best of support services and an excellent campus experience. So we will be delighted to welcome students from DSU onto our beautiful campus so that they can enjoy the range of quality academic programs, but also the great engagement, the great spirit that exists on Brock campus. And of course, we're all coming out of the pandemic period and hoping for, full engagement going forward. We realize there's probably some transition to go through yet, but we're getting there, and I know we'll be able to welcome more and more students onto our campus. I want to congratulate Dean Ahmed for his initiative in negotiating this agreement, first and foremost around mathematics, computer science, physics, artificial intelligence. We are in the process of developing a brand new engineering program at Brock that will be housed in the Faculty of Math and Science, and we will be offering our first undergraduate classes in the fall of 2023. So I think that will be an even more enticing academic program for some students. So we're moving forward with that as quickly as possible. As the High Commissioner said, building academic relationships also builds friendship between countries and between cultures. And Brock is very pleased to be part of a growing relationship between Canada and Pakistan through higher education. We hope that this will lead to more travel between our countries, more engagement around research projects, around matters of common interest. Again, the pandemic has taught us the importance of living in a global world where we all support one another. So a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to continuing to work with all of you as we build this wonderful partnership. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you for your kind words, President Wells. It's always great to hear about a university that we all love so much and are a big part of. So next, from Brock University, I invite the Dean of Mathematics and Science, Dr. Ijaz Ahmed, to speak. Ijaz, you're still muted. Well, 1 second.
Mute and mute business. So anyway, good morning and good evening, and assalamu alaikum to Pakistani guests, and greetings to all of you. And as the Dean of Faculty of Math and Science, I'm very pleased to see this ceremony is taking place. And this is the first 2+2 style agreement with a university in Pakistan. We embark on a new journey together. Although our journey starts with this ceremony today, but with the hard work of planning stage already completed, I gave my best to the teams and individuals who put their time and effort for making this union possible. So there are always people behind the scene which we don't see them here. So for me, this is just the beginning without the end. There is no end in academic life, as we know, and I remain confident that this collaboration will open the door, as High Commissioner and Consul General said, for the students from other Pakistan university as well. And because personally, I believe higher education should be accessible to all of us in any part of the globe, and especially now in online environment. So as the High Commissioner says 4,000, I would like to see 40,000 students coming from Pakistan to Canada. So our joint work and program courses will provide students, as our President said, a high caliber of education. The quality is first and foremost at Brock, and quality of education, research, and the learning experience can use to advance their academic pursuit and train, become qualified and stronger candidates in their careers, which is more important for the students' part of view. And actually, being a Canadian Pakistani, now I live more years in Canada, so I'm more Canadian Pakistani than Pakistani Canadian. So I feel great about it. And actually, I always say, to me, there are two best countries in the world to live, Canada and Pakistan. And I'm the proud citizens of both countries. So I look forward to the day of first cohort of students begin their collaboration with our institution. And I look forward to the first opportunity for a visiting scholar, a scientist to arrive at Brock. Lastly, I believe the potential for joint research activities and publication is strong and will bear cherished fruit. So at FMS, means Faculty of Math and Science, we are top of the research. So as I would like to thank everybody, because as I mentioned earlier, as events like our today, I'm reminded that the hard work and output is always done by the people who take the time to show up like us and others, attend the events, meet each other, and often keep their mind set on achieving a goal. We must set a goal first to achieve it. We have all done today, despite the challenge of global pandemic, busy schedule, and like many of us, I just wonder that I am diving in the ocean of emails after emails. So that's the virtual reality is. And so now I would like to thank to our High Commissioner in Pakistan, Wendy Gilmore. I met you a couple of times 2 years ago when you visited Canada, and I hope as our President Lynn said, if you come, please come to Brock. We are close to your home, you are close to our campus, so it will be nice. And the delegate of the DSU, which works very hard with us, and especially some of the department chairs, my associate deans, they also work hard to do the mapping of the course. It was not easy. As Consul General Abdul Hamid mentioned, the students face this difficulty. We are trying to break the boundaries of these difficulties at Brock. So we are at the forefront of doing that and recognizing the education around the globe and welcoming them to the Brock. And so thank you to all of you. And I must thank Justin Steve, especially for doing all this, my communication officer. He does everything for me. So I don't know what I will do without him. And finally, I would like to thank Athar, who's not here, the Trade Commissioner now. He's the one who introduced DSU to us. And then the work started, and we are here today because of the Athar. So I thank to him. And for Consul General, we are waiting for you to come and Brock soon. We are planning to invite you for some time, but due to COVID, we cannot do it. We had a visit from Samir Dosal and the Consul General Golu Saab at that time, 3-4 years ago. So we are looking forward to more and collaboration. With that, I would say, please join me in thank you everybody for their hard work in doing here. So it is a prosperous day for students, our institution, and our countries as well. As a Canadian Pakistani, I feel great about it once again. Shukriya, merci beaucoup, thank you.
Well said. Thank you so much, and I will look forward to it. And now we get the honor of inviting to talk Vice Chancellor Dr. Mohammed Afzal Haq from Sufa University, and welcome to the stage.
Good morning at Ontario and good evening at Karachi. It's a matter of delight for us that for the first time we are signing an MOU with a Canadian university, especially with the blessings of Her Excellency, the High Commissioner of Canada and Pakistan, Wendy Gilmore, and His Excellency Mr. Abdul Wahid, Consul General of Pakistan at Toronto, who have an immense keen interest in formalization of the bilateral instrument that will be in after a short while from now. It's a historic instrument that will be linked in it's a historic occasion today. The two institutions of eminence have reached an understanding to promote international and intercultural cooperation, research and exchange programs between the two entities, which will usher in a new era of bilateral cooperation and institutional excellence. The MOU focuses on exchange of information and materials, visiting scholar opportunities for faculty, student mobility, and research programs. To begin, we will collaborate in the field of computer science and gradually add up the list with more domains in demand internationally. I hope that both the universities will mutually benefit from this arrangement, especially the students from Pakistan will take advantage from the credit mobility program. Nigel and Asad have now the greater responsibility for successful implementation of the collaborative instruments being signed today. Wish you all the best and good luck. Thank you.
Well said. Thank you very much. And now, from DSU, we have Dr. Ahmed Saeed Mnas to speak, and we look forward to what you have to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to those friends who are sitting 7 seas apart in Canada, and good evening to us, those who are here in Pakistan. Today is indeed an auspicious occasion that marks the commencement of a long-term collaboration between Brock University, Canada and our university, the DSU Super University, Pakistan, Karachi, in various fields of course, as the Vice Chancellor has said. Taking this opportunity, I would like to thank Her Excellency, the Canadian High Commissioner in Pakistan, for facilitating this memorandum of understanding, as well as the leadership of the Brock University, Canada, for showing keen interest in exploring various collaborative opportunities with our university, the DHA Super University. I feel confident that collaboration between the DHA Super University and the Brock University will go a long way towards contributing to the promotion of cooperation between Canada and Pakistan in the higher education sector. In the end, I hope and pray that the cooperation between the two universities will be mutually benefiting and rewarding, of course, in terms of the quality education and research. For this, thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Well done. Thank you so much. Excellent to hear from DSU. Very exciting partnership. And now we would like to invite to speak the President of the Canada-Pakistan Education Council, Mr. Samir Dosal.
Greetings from Toronto, Samir Dosal. I'm so delighted. This is such a wonderful day, such a great opportunity to connect the academia of Canada and Pakistan. I've always been a strong proponent that what Canada can offer is expertise, and I think what Pakistan can offer is amazing wealth and strength of excellent young youth who can play a major role in the development of Pakistan. I live in Canada. I've been the president of the Canada-Pakistan Business Council. I would like to just mention a few things. In 2019, we realized that education needed special attention. So whilst IT did, we launched what is called the Canada-Pakistan Council for Education. And I must acknowledge the fact that the wonderful role that the Canadian High Commission continues to play, and especially Wendy, I've had very, very positive interaction with her. Unfortunately, when we were launching this in Karachi, she could not make it. So we were ably represented by Mr. Athar Khan, who unfortunately I know cannot make it, but he was instrumental. He was part of the first initiative meeting of the Canada-Pakistan Council for Education. And I must thank Dr. Afzal for being part of the core members at the time of the formation of the Canada-Pakistan Council for Education. So when this got signed, few months later, the pandemic happened. So things have slowed down. But let me tell you one thing, things have slowed down visibly, but at the back end, this is phenomenal. There's so many initiatives that are going on and will continue to go on, and with all the stakeholders involved, the positivity at the Canadian High Commission, the Pakistan Consulate and the Pakistan High Commission, and the enthusiasm of Brock. I want to, Dr. Wells, I want to also take this time to acknowledge the leadership that you've shown. I want to go back to Dr. Ejaz. Dr. Ejaz, I have known, I think the first time that we visited Brock, at the initiative and the leadership, a very soft, human, amazing person. Dr. Ejaz continues to be working. That's where we started our first journey in trying to see how we could develop certain things. It was probably too early at that time, but all these things do take time for fruition to take place. Dr. Ejaz, the Dean of Science, the wonderful work that you do. We are honored that you agreed to accept the Professional of the Year awards a few years ago. We will continue to work together. I'm so glad that Mr. Hamid Saab is here, and thank you for what all you do for the community. Canada-Pakistan Business Council will continue to play its role. I don't want to take away from the Brock and the DHA Safa. I've had the pleasure of attending sessions at DHA, personal conversations with Dr. Afzal. He used to be the Vice Chancellor of my alma mater, NED. He served Sir Syed University. He is now head of DHA Safa, a true academic. He's seen everything, and he's the person that I'm delighted that we will continue to work with and to take it to the next level. I think I should better stop here. We will continue our work together. I assure you, Canada-Pakistan Business Council will continue to play that role in whatever form. Wendy, you know we are here. Ahmed Saab, you know we are here. And there are many more initiatives that we will, in the next few months, you will hear. So congratulations, very, very powerful news. This is great. We are excited. We are probably more excited than you are because we've seen the journey. We've seen what it takes. It's not an easy journey. It takes time. It takes a lot of time, lot of hard work, right presence, right positivity, and here we are. So congratulations, Dr. Wells, Dr. Ejaz, Wendy, Abdul Hamid Saab, Afzal Saab, Justin, thank you for doing all that, Dr. Minhas, and the entire team, all behind. And I must again acknowledge Dr. Athar Khan for the role that he has played and continues to play, and all the very best. Thank you.
What a wonderful and passionate speech, and I feel we all feel that. And this has been a wonderful conglomerate of delegates from all over the world, and it is extremely exciting. So thank you all for coming. Now we get to do the virtual document signing, which is a wonderful thing, unusual to do online, but I love the idea of it, and it was a great idea that DSA came up with and how to perform this. Their team was absolutely wonderful and instrumental in making sure that this was organized. So while I may have been a part of it, it was a lot of work on their end. Yeah, so if you could simultaneously all sign the document, your pen's out, and it is official after this. And just as you go run of show, we'll have an extra 10 minutes after this just to chat about, progress. So at your leisure, please sign the documents. Wonderful. It is progressing. Thank you. Yes, we are official, folks. This is the full agreement. We can begin all the real work now. Congratulations. Give yourselves a round of applause. The pandemic is not slowing down our efforts. And yes, I invite you to kind of pose any questions. There is a chat option if you're interested. We'll be taking any questions from the crowd of spectators. But in general, this is a time for you to mention anything you'd like to about your programs and how you'd like to work together.
I will just add what Lynn said about the engineering program. So we are very pleased to announce the new Department of Engineering. I will be sending you a new link. I have been keep sending too many links, so sometimes I space it out. So we're sending the link about our engineering program, and we have already had a few people. And so the first we will start with a master's program in professional program in engineering. So I think there is a lots of room for Pakistani students to join that program. And then, as Lynn mentioned, we will go for a undergraduate program, and then also a master research program and a PhD program. So it's all on the way, and we are working on it, and we are looking forward to support and collaboration from Pakistani institutions like DHS.
Yeah, it's very nice to know that you are starting the engineering programs, because we are very strong. We have strong engineering departments here, and our students are keen to go for postgraduate studies in Canada. So I think it's the right time that you are starting this program, and we will try to catch the opportunity that you provide to us. Maybe we can also talk about having joint master degree programs, sort of thing. We can explore with you actually afterwards, having a joint PhD program as well. Partly, say, two years here, and the rest of the studies in Canada or in block. That would be very nice. We need to develop that sort of collaboration.
Perhaps I recognize you, Afzal Sahab. You were at Sir Syed when I visited you or sometime few years ago.
You're correct. Yeah, that time I was in Sir Syed.
Okay, all right. No, I keep coming to mind. I have met with him somewhere, but I couldn't. But now, when Samir mentioned about Sir Syed University, I visited Sir Syed University where you was the vice chancellor over there at that time. All right. Now we have more connection, so it's okay.
Maybe if I could just add the idea of joint degrees, that's a really interesting proposition. Brock University already has a dual degree system in our business school. Our Goodman School of Business has dual degrees with a number of countries, and it's a really innovative approach where the students receive degrees from both institutions. It's not a 2+2, but a full dual degree model. So perhaps something that we could explore in the future.
That's great.
I just add, in today's world, it is much more easier. I think people have begun to accept the reality that you can do physical and virtual and a hybrid of both. So there's so much more potential. The pandemic has given us a lot of hardship, but the pandemic has also given us the opportunities to think outside the box. And I think we have already started doing that, and good times are ahead for all of us.
Yeah, I would add that joint degrees is a very interesting idea, and perhaps we expect that SOFA University will coordinate with HEC on it also, because they have certain positions in it.
Yeah, that's very correct. We have to take HEC on board, and we are at the moment talking to them as well, because we are having collaboration with Eastern Michigan University on supply chain master and supply chain management. So I'm sure HEC will have no objection if we enter with a similar agreement with Brock's as well.
I'm delighted to hear that supply chain management is actually an area in which we're developing as well. It's a great program direction for us, given our proximity to the U.S. border. We're on a shipping channel here through the Welland Canal, so we're developing programming in all of those areas: supply chain, global logistics, customs, and international trade. So we're very happy to continue those discussions into the future as well.
So if I may say, another area would be data science, which is very near and dear to me because of my own research in data science. And I think actually I'm giving a talk on August 5th for OIC countries from their forum on data science. I will send you a link for the talk.
Yeah, I agree. Data science, artificial intelligence, yes, that's where we will be.
And it will be very lucrative tool for emerging countries, because in that case, the students can come for some time and they can stay over there and they can create their own data science program according to the local needs. So I think that's an emerging area which is connected to engineering, connected to business, applied health science, you name it, everywhere. So I think we should also explore that. We will be exploring that opportunity.
Yeah, you're
so
correct. Yes. At the moment in Pakistan, as our Consul General has mentioned, we have a growing young population. And most of them are, at the moment, there's a lot of demand that the students are keen to go into computer science, data science, or artificial intelligence, that sort of emerging technologies.
So even just a week ago, Society of Actuarial Sciences from US, they are changing their actuarial science program. They are focusing more on big data now also. So it is coming everywhere. So I think it's much easier to start with a new program rather than going back to some program already developed in many other countries. So this will be a quite good project to invest.
If I may jump in, one of the things that that I've heard from a number of different of our partners and interlocutors here, both in Pakistan and Canada, is that one of the opportunities for Canadian researchers to come and work with Pakistani universities is in this question of big data and access to data and access to populations where the sample size would be that much greater than that would be existing in Canada. And Pakistan, especially in the emerging middle class and others, is a very digitized society. The penetration of cell phones in particular is extensive. In fact, probably have better access to cell phone services and bandwidth here in Pakistan than we do on occasion in Canada. And I don't know if, I mean, I'd be interested from the perspective of from a math and engineering and data management and sort of data mining type activities. Is that something that you see that could be built upon?
Yes, I see there's an opportunity. You're correct. But when I was a student in the 70s, we were also keen. A lot of my class fellows went to University of Calgary or British Columbia, University of Toronto. Canada used to be a very popular destination for us at that time. And you know, even in the 60s, under the Colombo Plan, what I recall, the first dam was built with the assistance of Canada. So we would like to have develop more. I don't know what happened in the 90s or 2000, but I think now again we can see that there's a lot of interest being created amongst our youngsters to go to Canada and getting a higher degree from there. Big data, data science is yes. Your researchers, yes, will welcome that. If you want to come here and spend, if you are having a joint program, naturally, our semester, they can come over here, or our faculty, they can go to the Canadian blocks, and that's how and develop the relationship more stronger than just by having a chat on the virtually. So that's but because of the COVID, things have slowed down actually. Once we get out of the COVID, I am sure we'll be able to develop that sort of relationship, and the relations will grow stronger and stronger day by day between the two countries.
I think something can build on it by using the example of ASEAN countries, ASEAN, Southeastern Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia. Even Canadian government is a part of there with the seeds grant, seeds program. So I brought 5-6 students from Malaysia and from Thailand on that grant for a 6-month visit. But unfortunately, Pakistan is not part of the ASEAN countries. So I'm wondering if somehow Canadian government can also, and then they have an ASEAN professorship. So for example, now I'm an ASEAN professor at Thammasat University in Thailand. So they provide this professorship to bring the people to, so then thanks to COVID, I don't have to go that many times over there, but they are supposed to visit the host university and do work there, train the students and the junior fresh faculty members. So if some kind of this thing, maybe OIC countries, I will bring this idea during my talk to OIC panel that if they can create some kind of a chairship, and then people from Europe and North America will be attracted. Most academicians, they're not looking for money, but if you give them a nice title, something else, they will appreciate it and they will do the work. So that's where we can build it, and we can get the people from other countries to visit Pakistan or other neighboring countries for that purpose. So there's something need to be done also at maybe at government level, but we can start from a small level.
Can I just take a quick moment? So every year we have our annual celebrations. We've been doing it virtually, And I think it may be a very good idea for me to, at this point in time, extend invitation to Dr. Ed Afzal and his team to join us, hopefully for a in-person event in Canada celebrating our 40th anniversary. We would give an opportunity to the Canada-Pakistan Council for Education to be a part of it. Plus, we would connect and link that our main gala event with a workshop to further strengthen the Canada-Pakistan Council for Education as we move forward. So this would hopefully be a continuation of all the efforts that we will be doing. So the invitation is open to you.
Thank
and
you.
we hope to see you.
Thank you.
So just in terms of an overall, we do have a couple more minutes in our scheduled meeting, but I know that some folks had back-to-back meetings, so I do want to be cognizant of time and invite us to continue these conversations in the future. You know, this is one call, but the relationships we built today will be available for a long time to come, and it is truly exciting. So I want to make sure everyone has a chance to say whatever they need to last, but I feel like we've done some excellent work here today.
Once again, thank you to everyone. It was wonderful meeting all of you.
Yes.
Especially thanks, Justin, for conducting the session. Thanks, Justin. Sorry, Dr. Wells, go ahead.
I had the easy job. Moderation is the easy job, and I appreciate it.
I'm just so delighted to meet everyone, and do hope that we have the opportunity to meet in person very soon. And I would very much enjoy having an opportunity to travel to Pakistan. I've wanted to do so for many years, and as soon as we're able to do that, we'll put Dina on a trip.
You, Dr. Wells, you'd be more than welcome, as would all of our partners in Canada. It would be great to see more Canadians come to Pakistan when the global travel advisory comes off and COVID is over. We are very pleased that, that the security situation in Pakistan allowed us to amend our travel advice. So we really would, COVID notwithstanding, we really would like to see more Canadians come this way and explore the partnership further. It would be my pleasure. Today we're having a full-on monsoon here in Islamabad, but in another month or so the weather will start to get cold on the Canadian side, and we will have beautiful weather for the next sort of 4 to 6 months here. So it is definitely a good time to come. We'll keep our fingers crossed that the fourth wave of COVID is not as bad as perhaps we would forecast here. We're still following our SOPs diligently, encouraging people to get vaccinated when we're not, in our own little cells and out on the street. We're wearing masks and so forth, and that will allow us to move past this pandemic, and I think get back to the point where we can really engage with one another again. So I'm looking forward to it. But thank you very much all for having me here to join this. I'm so pleased to see the MOU signed. I'm so pleased to see what happens with this partnership. So thank you very much.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. It was really a pleasure to be part of this meeting, and it was really a privilege that we have been making an effort with other universities also to connect with their counterparts in Pakistan. But so far, and Brock actually took the prize in being the first, in at least in my tenure, and we congratulate them. And we also will encourage President Wells to visit Pakistan and endorse High Commissioner Gilmore's observation about Islamabad's weather during, particularly from October to March. It's amazing, and this fall is particularly beautiful. And thank you very much. Congratulations to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. So much work has gone in, and now the real work begins. All the best.